You are watching and listening to Chris and Leicester Till I Die TV on YouTube and your favourite podcasts.
Right, Chris.
Alrighty. Good evening, good day, good morning, good afternoon, good night, goodbye. Hello, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for joining us. I'm not expecting many in tonight. If you've got sense, you're either down a pub in a pub garden, in your garden with the TV wheeled out onto the grass with a long extension lead, so you can. It is hot. Let me just say it is hot. You're not often going to see me without a hat on. But I tell you, if I wore a hat today, I've got two fans on me at the moment. Will you get off me? Please, honestly. They're following me about like nobody's business. I've got two fans on me. It is that warm. And I didn't put the studio light on because if I do, I'll be dripping even more than I am at the moment. Don't you dare say I'm a drip. That's not very nice at all. It is LTID TV from Leicester Till I Die. Thank you for joining us. However you are watching us, iPhone, iPad, YouTube is the main one, obviously. Anyway, welcome along. It's the final Group 3 stage group. It's the final Group C game for England. We're already through. We didn't need to have even kick a ball to get through. What happened to Scotland? They kicked. Well, they don't. Let's be honest with you. They didn't kick many balls. Let's be honest. Oops. Did I say that out loud? But today we are going to be watching this, and this is the show that you're tuned into. If this has worked out, and it has, look at that. It's worked out brilliantly. Almost like I'd rehearsed it. Everybody, please. Fab is in. He says, come on, England. Thank you very much. Can you all hear me okay, by the way? Because I have got a new microphone here. I bought it when it arrived yesterday. I used it last night. So I am still in the process at the moment of testing it out. I'm trying to have one that I don't have like this huge condom sat up in front of me. So do let me know how the sound is today. But Fab, you are most welcome to join us. Any Leicester fans that are in, I don't know whether you have got your copy of this yet. Please do go and go. Well, do order it online. I tell you, we can order it from LC Graphics, Lee's company. LC Graphics, straight back up, Leicester City, 2023-24. Mine arrived this morning. I don't know whether you'll be able to see this, how well you'll be able to see this at all, but it's a cartooned version of our season. Not as in funnies, but as in it's all done in a like it's a cartoon. I mean, it is just absolutely so much work gone into that. $15.50 postage included on that one. £3 postage, I think it is. But Go and get it. Search on Facebook. Please do search LC for Lee Clark Graphics. GRAPHIX. There it is there. Look, you can just about see it. There you go. LC Graphics. Go and check it out. Absolutely fantastic. Wherever you want to read it, on the toilet or wherever, but it's fantastic. Please do go and check it out. Today's results earlier. Wow. I was looking, actually, me and Doug, we're going to be doing a show on Friday night when we're going to be reviewing the group stages of the Euros, looking back at them and discussing them. And we're also going to be sort of obviously checking our predictions out, which I have to say, yes, they're not very good at the moment. If you thought our group predictions were bad, and believe you me, they were, our Euro 24 group stage predictions are even worse. Netherlands 2, Austria 3, Wreck-It Ralph. Wow. Man United, here's what you could have had. France 1, Poland 1. Whoa. Anyway, let us have a look. You see, the team is going across the bottom. I don't know why I put the subs up, because basically the subs are all the rest of the squad, basically. But if you have a look at the team that we've got there, just the one change. Surprised there weren't more. What are your thoughts on the teams, guys? Pickford is in goal, of course. Walker, Stones, Gahey, and Trippier across the back. Gallagher, Rice sat in midfield. Gallagher coming in for Trent Alexander-Arnold, of course. Saka, Bellingham, and Foden. Foden on the left, and Kane up front. Look, those of you that follow me regularly will know that whilst not a Southgate fan, I defend him. Because whichever club you support, you're gonna say, well, I don't agree with that, or I don't agree with that, or that's wrong. He shouldn't be playing there, and that's just for your own team. Of course, when it's England, it's 92 times worse, because you've got every fan of every club in the country going, oh, he's wrong, he should have picked him, and the same, should have picked Grealish for me, but there we go. And I think the easiest job in the world, surely, is to pick your formation. Now, whatever formation you want to pick, that's fine. You're the manager, you pick your formation. And then what you do is you get all the players that will play in those positions, and you pick the best. The best 2, 3 for each position. Take your 26 along to the competition, and pick your best starting 11. Why do you play players that aren't in or playing their natural position that they're paying for the clubs? Why aren't you playing those players in those positions for your club? As good as Foden is, if he doesn't play in that position for Manchester City, why have you taken him, and why are you playing him out of position? I'm always saying that, and no matter how good a player is, if there's somebody not quite as good, but they normally play in that position, play them, because they will be better than the player that's better but playing out of position. Does that make sense? Rant over. Glad Trent's out of midfield. And also the last game I was screaming to get Trent out and Palmer or Gallagher in. I would quite have liked to have seen Palmer in there. I've got to be honest with you. Wayne, yeah, and again, hi Wayne, how you doing? The Luke Shaw thing for me is baffling. See what is even more baffling? I was actually watching Wayne Rooney the other day on analysis. He was actually making sense. I really must stop shooting up, mustn't I? I mean, my God, when Wayne Rooney starts to make sense, you've taken too much. And Paul is in. Good evening, Paul. He's gone 3-0 to England. I just don't get it. Like I say, you pick your formation, and you just pick the best players that will fit into those positions. Square pegs in square holes. Do not try and force a round peg into that square hole. It might go, but it won't be perfect. Don't overdo it, mate. One in and then sit back the rest of the game. That's his attitude, isn't it? It was so much like watching Leicester last season. 1-0 up, and let's defend it. And under Brendan as well. Maybe not so much last season, but definitely under Brendan. Right, let's have a look then. This is how the group stands at the moment. We're already through, everybody. Yes, it doesn't matter what happens today. We are through. Who could we play in the next round? I'm going to go all through that for you in a minute, so bear with me. Am I sounding okay, guys? Please do let me know if I sound okay. If you can hear me, if I sound muffled, do I sound clear? Like I say, it is a new mic, so the old mic retired. Well, he was getting on a little bit, do you know what I mean? Losing his teeth or whatever. Yeah. So I got a new mic in. Please do let me know so I know how it's going so I can move it or whatever if it's not good. But look, there is the table. England top. We are the only team that have won a game in this group. Thank you, Fab. Appreciate that, mate. Clearly, I hope. Oh, you said clearly. Thank you. You can hear me clearly. I can't see clearly. So England are top with 4 points. Denmark are second with 2 points. Just above Croatia on goal difference on 2 points. And then bottom, Serbia with just the 1 draw and 1 point. So like I say, we've only one team has won a game in this group, and that happens to be England. The 3 lions, of one of which is there. I love that lion. I do love that lion. Hope you like the artwork as well, guys. So let's have a look what the next slide says. I do feel like a professor here. These are probably out of date now, so I'll ignore these. But these were the 3rd place rankings. So yes, they are out of date because I did those before this afternoon's game. So we will ignore those. A lot of this might be out of date as well, so bear with us, but it will give us an idea. Were England to qualify for the knockouts as group winners, they would play one of the best 3rd place finishers from groups D, E, or F in Gelsenkirchen on Sunday at 5 p.m. So win it is obviously going to be, you would think, the better option, but look, you can get Netherlands now, can't you? Netherlands finished 3rd. They are through as one of the best 3rd place, so we could be playing Netherlands. As it stands, Austria sit 3rd in group. Well, like I say, that has all changed, obviously, now. Romania, Belgium, Slovakia, and Ukraine are all tied on 3 points in Group E, and the Czech Republic are in 3rd place in Group F, level on points with Georgia, but above them on goal difference. So, like I said, this has slightly changed. I couldn't redo all this in the short time since the last game finished. Were England to finish runners-up, though, they would face Germany in Dortmund on Saturday night. Yes, that's oh yeah, I've got to stop shooting. I really have. Cheers. It's tea, by the way. The side is there for when we get going. So, were England to finish runners-up, though, they would face Germany in Dortmund on Saturday night. Don't really want that. They're looking good, Germany. The worst-case scenario for England is if they lose to Slovenia and Denmark beat Serbia. That outcome would see the 3 lions drop into 3rd place in the table, meaning they will play either Group F winners Portugal in Frankfurt on Monday at 8 p.m. or Group E winners, currently Romania in Munich on Tuesday, July the 2nd at 5 p.m. And we all know what happens when we play Romania in the Euros, don't we? Yes, we do. Do we not, Phil Neville? But basically, to round it up, as it stands, England's last 16 opponent as it stands. Group C winners are Austria, Romania, Belgium, Slovakia, Ukraine. Again, this hasn't copied and pasted very well. Or the Czech Republic. That's if we win it. If we are runners-up, we will play Germany. That is guaranteed. Progression via 3rd place in the table would be Romania or Portugal. So winning it, really, there's a lot of importance on actually winning this group. The players have just done the warm up, and they're going back into the changing room to get changed. Yeah, to be honest with you, Fab, I wouldn't argue with that. I think Spain have been very good. I've been very impressed with Spain. But look, there's some teams that have looked good, and others that have looked awful. And you will see from my predictions, I'm not very good at guessing them. Austria coming top of the group. Who saw that? I thought France looked very good, but they could only get a draw today against Poland. But Portugal, but Spain. I mean, Spain to me, my money would be on Spain at the moment. Right, let me just I've just had a message, just bear with me. So let's have a look at the head-to-head, shall we? And there you can see it. Well, England's last 5 at the top. We've won 2, lost 1, and drawn 2. Slovenia haven't lost in 5. They've had 3 draws, but they've won their last 2. Head-to-head, Slovenia have never beaten us. We've met them 6 times. Scotland get battered anywhere they go. They certainly do, just like their Mars bars. But we've got 5 wins, 1 draw. 5 wins for England, 1 draw for us both. And Slovenia have got no wins whatsoever. So somebody just said they sent me a message, but I haven't received it that I can see of. The next one up. Now these are our referees tonight. These are our referees. There we go. France is mainly the one. The 4th official is Umit Mela from Turkey, but Clement Turpin, I knew his wife, Turpentine. Yeah. Okay. Clement Turpin is the French referee. Assistant referee is also from France, Nicolas Danos, Benjamin Pages. And he's not for turning. Oh, come on. There was one joke after another here. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You could pay fortunes for this. You really could. And the video assistant referee is Jérôme Broussard from France as well. So let's have a look at the other groups as they have finished there. This is Group A. And just have a look at that while I just send somebody a message. You know, when you're rushing something to try and get it done. God, not the French. No, not the French. Germany winning the group comfortably, really. Switzerland second. Hungary third. May go through, not confirmed yet as one of the top 3. And Scotland, bye-bye. Bye-bye, Scotland. Delamitri should have re-released their World Cup song, shouldn't they? Don't Come Home Too Soon. Oh, that is classic. That is classic. This is Group B. Spain top, unbeaten, and I think they are the only team so far not to have conceded a goal. That's why I'm liking the French to go a long, long way. Played 3, won 3, scored 5, conceded 0. Italy get through second. Wow, what a match that was last night. Did you see that last minute goal? 100th minute or something like that? I got it wrong because it was 10 minutes extra. I got it as 110, but it wasn't. It was 100th minute. Croatia third. I don't think they will go through as one of the best third places. Albania bottom, I wish Albania had gone further. I would have loved them to. I like to see the smaller countries do well. And then, of course, earlier on this afternoon, we had Group D, which saw Austria go through with 2 wins and 1 loss. France second with a win and 2 draws. And Netherlands are guaranteed with 4 points to be one of the best placed third teams. A win, a draw, and a loss. And Poland, sadly, going home. 2 losses and a draw, not good enough. Yeah, I know, Fab. I know. How silly is it? How silly indeed. Okay, so we are about, let's have a look, 8 minutes away from kickoff here. And we'll see. They're showing the England fans there. What do you think of the England shirt this tournament? I don't like it. I don't like it. The badge, you know, the St George's badge, Southgate's coming out. I mean, that I'm not particularly bothered either way, to be honest with you. I think personally they should have left it, but I'm not exactly going to lose any sleep over it. But look, they are in the tunnel. Oh yes, they are. Oh, no, they're not. Oh, yes, they are. Southgate's applauding the fans. Is this going to be his last tournament? Who knows? But here we are. This is the Euros 2024, and it is England versus Slovenia. Yes, it is. So let us get ready for the kickoff. They're going to be coming out in a second. But it is the watch along.
This is the Leicester Till I Die Watch Along show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
Yes, please do subscribe. And here we go. So we're just a few minutes, they're all in the tunnel. I mean, this should be, could be, would be the easiest game of the group. You know, and just I say, everybody, just remember when everybody said like, well, you know, Southgate's done this, so we are the only team in this group that has won a game. So that should be something. I've just got the table there for the moment. The clock will be coming up soon as we kick off. And please, as I always say on this, no spoilers, as it says there. No, it doesn't. It says it there. There we go. Can't get rid of this camera. It just spoils it for anybody else that's watching. We're all going to be watching it in different ways on different iPads and via different streams. So please do no spoilers until I have said it in the chat, in this basically in the stream. Southgate just needs to learn to play players at the right positions. Yeah, we said that right at the beginning, didn't we? Didn't we, Fab? You're 100% there, 100%. So it's the national anthems. I don't know if it's, and I don't mean to be horrible. We've not got the most inspiring national anthem, have we? but some of these national anthems are absolutely awful. I think it was Billy Connolly that said we should have the Pink Panther theme. That'd be so cool, wouldn't it? Do-do, 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 do-do. I think it was Billy Connolly. No, Billy. Who was it said that? We should have somebody. One of the comedians said that. Billy Connolly said we should have the theme from the Archers. That really, I can't even remember what that is now, but that would, of course. Because right, here we go. God save the king. So here we go. Surely, we are going to get out of the group, aren't we? But can you imagine if, we can't not now, but it was the last time we didn't get out of the group stage. I mean, I think it was under Roy Hodgson, wasn't it? World Cup in Brazil? I think so. I think it probably was. Honestly, who else when it's this hot has got a cold? Yes, I have. Only me. Only me. Like we say, if you haven't got it yet, straight back up, Leicester City. Great book. Done comic style. Well worth it. Lee Clark, very, very clever man. LG Graphics with an X. Yes, I do. In my opinion, I think we shouldn't have bought the young players. Shouldn't have bought the young players. James Maddison wasn't on form, and that's speaking as one of his biggest fans. But certainly with Grealish, he should have been here. 1988. Whoa, yes. Indeed, I'm going back. I'm too young to remember that, Paul. What do you mean? How very dare you? Possibly. Always look on the bright side of life, eh, Fab? So England are in all white. Let's hope it'll be all white on the night. Hey, see what I did there? I'm just going to mute while I blow my nose. And I'm back. No, that's going to be the big thing, isn't it? Right, here we go. Come on, England. We're into Cologne. And we're away. So, England all in white, kicking from right to left. Slovenia all in blue are kicking from left to right. Otherwise, it'd be a very Very one-sided game. So let's have fingers crossed. Come on, England. Denmark playing Serbia, obviously, in the other game. And then it may be a little bit disappointed, the fact that we went through without having to play. It does take a bit of the excitement off, doesn't it? So, yes, just saying then Slovenia playing a 4-4-2. The camera might be playing up a little bit. I can see there's a few issues. Please bear with me. So, Gihu on the ball. It's got to be a better improvement than the last game. I was ill when we had the last game, so I wasn't able to wasn't able. I was too ill to do a watch along. Having said that, I was quite relieved that I missed it, to be honest with you. So, England down this near side. Oh, Rice. Lovely ball across there. Can he get to it, the England player? Oh, he's taken out, but it's going to be a corner, I think. Foden was taken out there. But I think it's only going to... Is it a corner even? No, it's a goal kick. I think Foden had a bit of a late display of falling over there. So it's a goal kick, actually, and it's taken very quickly. Slovenia through. Oh, that's going to be the first. No, it's a goal kick again. Slovenia wanted the corner. I was about to say it's a corner. Good defending there from Walker. Wake up, Pickford. Jesus. Oh, no. We hadn't kicked off yet. England play, kick the ball back towards the goalkeeper. Pickford, who wasn't looking at it at all, was talking to somebody, and realised that we had actually re-kicked off. So here we go. It'll be an England throw-in on the far side, just inside the Slovenian half. It's taken quickly. Trippier. Foden on the ball. Back to Trippier. Don't know why Luke Shaw was bought. If they said he was, everybody was fit for this game. That's the case. Why isn't Luke Shaw? Oh, Bellingham there threw the ball away, and Gallagher's now committed a foul. Bellingham, a very poor ball from him. Very disappointing. Went straight to a Slovenian player, but they've taken the free kick, and they've got the ball on the far side, just on the halfway line. They want to enjoy a little bit of possession at the moment, Slovenia. They're running at the England defence here. Playing out to the far side. We've got players in the box. The cross comes in. Unmarked at the back. Oh, Sesko there. He probably had time to take it onto his chest and have a shot, but he headed it. Didn't get the power behind it, and it was straight at Pickford anyway. And it remains 0-0 with 4 minutes gone. Slovenia. Again, England giving it away. They do look nervous, England. They do look very, very nervous. An England throw? Yes, it is. On the far side, midway into the England half. England, remember, kicking from right to left. Doesn't like that ball, does not Walker. But at the moment, England, so there's a lot of England flags down that far side, it has to be said. Throw-in finally taken, but it's given away. Straight to Slovenia in their own half. On the far side now. They managed to keep hold of it, though, but they've had to play it back to the defenders. It's in the centre field. A long ball up now. Over the top. Oh, Walker deals with that very, very easily. Kept his eye on the ball there and saw it coming all the way. Just a gentle head back to Pickford, who plays it out. With Trippier now on this near side. He plays it forward, but it's going to be headed out by a Slovenian defender there. So Bellingham, no, he's picked the ball up, but he's not going to take the throw in. That's going to go to Trippier. Back to Gihu. Lets it run past, and it goes back into our own half. Again, that defensive play again from England. We didn't look to see if we could play it forward, just went straight back. But we still have it now, just inside the half, and it comes out to Foden. Is it on this side? Bellingham. Back to Gihu. Walker's on the far side. To Stones in the middle. Trippier coming back now into position. Pickford's urging them forward. Pickford comes out of his box. He is urging them forward. So England just enjoying a little bit of possession at the moment. Be interesting to see what they do with it. So Kane. He's come really deep, Kane. Oh, lovely ball. He tried to find Saka, but it was cut out by the Slovenian defender. And that will be a Slovenian throw-in near the corner flag. Kane very deep then, I have to say. Then we've seen that a lot, haven't we, with Harry Kane? And Denmark, Serbia is still 0-0 as always. Yeah, Fab. I mean, it's not as silly as when Roy Hodgson had him on corners, but if he's your striker, what's he doing coming so deep? He should be the target man that surely we should be aiming for. Or am I just being, old and 4-4-2 style? But we should be aiming for the striker. Rice from Bellingham now. Rice hasn't had the best of tournaments. Oh, lovely balling. A nice turn, but there was so many players there in blue. All in blue, that's Slovenia. I did joke, obviously, on Talk Sport before the tournament started that we'd never win anything with Kane. Kane's the only man that could go to a team like Bayern Munich, and for the first time in however many years, they don't win anything. So we're never going to win anything purely because we've got Kane in the team. But that was tongue in cheek. I've got to lie. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, they have to do what the manager says, though, Fab. In fairness, but it is all this playing out from the back the Pep way, isn't it? England, it was a good move that England tried there, but they gave it away. And now Serbia breaking, and Serbia give it away. Anything you can do, we can do better. Long ball upfield. Oh! The offside flag's gone up for Foden, but it was a lovely ball over the top there. I think it might have been from Kane. They've got to start putting these flags up earlier. It was a beautiful ball over to Saka. Unfortunately, Saka fell, so couldn't get on the end of it. We all agree, Paul. No, that's three of us saying the same thing. No, Kane should not have to come deep. Vardy shouldn't have to come deep for Leicester, but he was doing last season. Oh, Trippier stopped the Slovenian player then, but he still got the ball and Slovenia still have it. And he goes all the way back into their own half now. Will he go back to the goalkeeper? And that's Avenue cut off. Gallagher mops up Rice's mistake there. 10 minutes gone, coming up to 11 minutes. Indeed, Fab. Indeed he is, yes. Is anybody else warm? Why Slovenia got green as part of their national partying colours? Shall I crack the cider open? I think it needs to be, doesn't it? Cheers, everybody. That one went better cider, you know. Not wrong with it, lad. What am I doing a Yorkshire accent for cider? Who knows? So, on the far side, England got the ball. In the centre now. Rice to Trippier. Gets it back. Playing it on the far side. Playing it across the pitch. And like I say, we are keeping hold of the ball, England, but we're not actually making any progress. But obviously, while they haven't got the ball, they can't hurt us. He was. Yes. Thank you, Fab. We try not to remember that. Vardy on the bench, Kane on the bench. Who knew, eh? Apparently, we wanted to buy him that season, but whoever was in charge at White Hart Lane said no, they wanted to keep him. Throw into Leicester. Leicester. There we go. Throw into England on the far side. Oh, crossover. I don't think even Peter Crouch could have jumped up and got to that one. So, 13 minutes gone, coming up to 14 minutes. Well, would Vardy have been picked, though? I mean, he was towards the end, I guess, wasn't he? But I know what you mean, Fab. I know what you mean. Just rearranging my underwear here. $30 over there in Cologne. You'd probably do with some cologne, couldn't you? So it's a throw in to Slovenia. I think it's going to be a long one on the far side. They've got it in the corner, Slovenia. The cross comes in. Oh! It went all across the face of the England goal there. We were lucky. We've got to be careful. Slovenia are no fools. We can't take them for granted here. Oh, had their number 9 connected with that, we may be looking at being a goal down. So, Saka's got the ball, gets it across, but no England player on the end of it. He did brilliantly to keep that in, Saka. There was a foul for Slovenia, but they've kept control. Play on, says the referee. Good decision. They've still got the ball forward on this near side. Slovenia, they tried to cross it into the box. There's going to be a yellow book in there for somebody. Oh, Trippier there has gone a booking. Yeah, that would. Oh, ouch. He left his boot in there. We'll be careful now, for sure. You're right, Fab. We can't. That's a free kick now to Slovenia. I'm not sure what the free kick was for because he allowed it to play on. I didn't see another free kick after that. Anyway, right, left-footed in. Oh, goes all the way through there. All the way through. Might have to have some ice cream later. So, 0-0 in this game. And it's 0-0 Denmark and Serbia as well. So at the moment, England top the group with 5. Denmark second with 3. Slovenia are third with 3. Serbia, the only team to have lost a game in this group, they are sat 4th with 2 points. Don't know if this will be enough for Slovenia if it stays like this to go through as the best third place team. Oh, I'll tell you what. He didn't have to go for that Pickford, but he did in his bright orange keeper's outfit. Throws it out to Walker on the edge of the box. The moment England have had 70% of the 71% of possession, 29% to Slovenia. Now England come away on the far side now. Saka cuts inside. Trippier. Foden now. Can he get the ball across though? Why didn't he get the ball across? Plays it back to Trippier. Can Trippier get the ball in the box now? Oh, lovely 1-2 here! Goal! Oh, it's offside. Saka scored, and it was offside. It will be checked, of course. Oh, that was unlucky. Oh, that was a lovely move. Didn't need to be crossed in. Played it down the side. Went in. That was a lovely, lovely made goal. But unfortunately, offside it was. So England getting the ball in the net. Saka putting it in. Just a tap in really for him, but he just went a little bit too early. 20 minutes gone. It's a free kick after a Walker foul. So Slovenia have the free kick. Will that galvanise England? Twenty-one minutes gone. Kane, not really been in the game for me. Yes, Fab, you're right. Should be doing that more often. Is it just me or has anybody else seen Kane in this game much? Oh, lovely turn by Saka. It was held back and he gets the free kick. And a yellow card to the Slovenian player there. Janza, number 13, got booked for Slovenia, and he will miss the next game if they have another one. Has anybody seen Harry Kane? Anyway, as things stand, we are top of the group. We don't start tournaments usually very well, England, in fairness, a bit like Germany, although having said that, of course, this tournament they did, but then again, they were only playing Scotland. But yeah, it's it wasn't Saka that was offside. It was Foden. So Foden just went a little bit too early. A bit of a shame, really. I do like this new offside. You see very quickly, decisions made very quickly. Oh, Walker completely miskicks that. Saka managed to follow it up and get hold of it. Rice with it now. Now, Bellingham, who's again having a quiet game. Excuse me. Whenever I say a quiet game, I think like it was so good in the first game that, do we expect too much of him? Do we expect too much of these players sometimes? We build them up. Oh, Rice gave the ball away, having got the ball away from Slovenia. Now, Slovenia gave the ball away, and it's with England now. Halfway through the first half. Oh, Stones smacks it against number 11, Sesko for Slovenia, and gets the throw in there. Went up to 25 minutes gone. England 0, Slovenia 0, and it's still Denmark 0, Serbia 0 in the other game. So what can England do now? Give the ball away. That's what they can do. Has anybody ever had a battered Mars bar? I'd love to know. "25 minutes on, no attempts from England. I don't mean no attempts on target, just no attempts." There, that's a fair point, Fab. Fair point. We do build them up too quickly, but then the youngsters seem to come through in other countries, don't they? And do well. Maybe it's the fans and the press. Oh, Gallagher there taken out. So free kick taken quickly. Foden now on this near side. Turns it and runs inside. Oh. He tried to blow 1-2 with Harry Kane, but Harry Kane was completely not thinking there. And Kane, absolutely rubbish. Then we wonder Harry Kane will come up with a goal in the 87th minute and we'll love him. Goal kick that goes straight to England. So Pickford's got the ball back from Gehu, and he passes it straight back to Gehu as well. A few whistles from the crowd. Not sure which set of fans that's coming from. It's English fans wanting us to press more. Rice, baby. Walker's got the ball. Saka plays it in. Kane in the box. And Kane loses it. England, we've still got the ball, England, but we just can't keep hold of it. Look, just pass it to somebody in white. That's it now. Trippier, Foden back to Trippier. Chances were there, just didn't fall for us, and now it's gone out for a throw-in. Kane had a chance there and blew it. Reese, mate, welcome along. How the devil are you, sir? And England give it away. Looking a bit toothless at the moment to England, and now Slovenia can break. Oh, lovely through ball. Pickford's having to come out. Oh, he lets it run into the box and picks it up. How are you, Reese? I hope you are well, sir. Thank you for popping in. So England now with Foden. Foden's started to have an impact on this game. Kane and Bellingham, we probably could want to see more into the game. Rice. Kane, Trippier keeps the ball in play, plays it to Foden. Foden chips it into the box. All the way through, and it's out for an England corner on the far side. This is better from England. This is probably the best I've seen them in this game so far. Which Leicester match, Reese? So it's a corner to England. Can we take advantage of this corner? Coming up to half hour. 2/3 of the first half gone. Still 0-0 in both games. England's first corner. Trippier's going to take it. Right footed. Into the box. Harry Kane got it up. Head tennis at the moment. Rice doing well. Kane shoots, but it's straight down the goalkeeper's throat. But at least it's a shot now from England. Or on the watch-along, Reese. Has it been that long? Well, of course, that was our last game, wasn't it, mate? Yes. Well, there's a lot happened since then, mate. A lot happened. So much for a quiet summer. That was England's best spell of possession. Well, best spell in the game, if I'm honest with you. The last 10 minutes there. Anyway, I hope you are well, Reese. Hope you are well. Gallagher gives the ball away. Oh, it's a shot, but it takes a deflection and it just bounces into Pickford's arms there. Pickford looking like an opal fruit. Understatement there, Reese. Understatement. I've literally got 2 fans on with the door open, and I'm still sweating like a pig at an abattoir. Don't even think Harry Kane's sweating as much as me, the amount of work he's putting in this half. Foden now. Getting more and more into the game is Foden. And Trippier combining well down this near side in this first half. Trippier's got the booking though, of course. Gihu. Stones back to Gihu. Trippier now. Just inside the Slovenia half. Gets it back from Bellingham. Up to Gihu. A goal from either side would open this game right up. This, I tell you what, it's a better pitch than the other day that we played on. That was an awful pitch. Cologne pitch. 30 degrees in Cologne. Stones to Gihu. Brings the ball forward. Gihu, I can never pronounce that right. Rice. Foden. Trippier. Back to Foden, who's more inside now. There's a 1-2 with Bellingham. Bellingham has been quiet. Rice now. Rice just... he's tripped. But he manages to keep it alive. A lovely ball across there into the box. Oh. Somehow it ends up with Saka, but there's nobody on the end of that in the box for England. Saka's taken down. That's going to be a free kick in a great position for England. On what I've seen so far, Reese, Fabu's in. I know he fancies the Germans, and you can never write the Germans off. I thought the French were disappointing today. My money's on Spain at the moment. If I was a Conservative candidate, I'd have my money on Spain. Sorry, I mean, if I was a betting man, I would have my money on Spain. Allegedly. Whoops. Anyway, free kick to England. Excellent position here. Trippier and Foden both over the ball. Of course, they are our 2 main free kick takers. 29 metres from goal here. Oh! Whoa. Foden. What a shot. What a shot. Left-footed to the near post. The goalkeeper had to make the save. He couldn't hold on to the ball. It was hit that hard. And it remains 0-0, 34 minutes gone. France, you can never write France off, but wasn't overly impressed with them earlier on today. Didn't see the whole game, but what I saw, Austria topping that group, France could only win 1, draw 2. Spain, unbeaten Spain, as a lot of teams are, but haven't conceded a goal. Spain are looking good. You heard it here first. So Slovenia down this near side. England do get in the way, though. Oh, Gallagher looking for the foul, didn't get it. Slovenia have got the ball, but it's back in their own half. Oh, nice play. Oh, Slovenia there. If they got that ball into the box and it wasn't far off, they haven't got it clear yet, England, but that looked dangerous. And they've given the ball away again, England. Slovenia now on top. Number 7, can he get the ball across? No, he plays it to the... Oh, he gets the ball back now, and they're just slowing it down a bit, Slovenia. But at the moment, Slovenia, this is not going to be an easy game for England. They may be... Well, they're not bottom of the group, are they? 3 draws so far, including this one, of course. It's 0-0. So Slovenia just playing it around there. Bellingham getting a little bit frustrated as he was beaten. It's Saturday. It's a Monday night. I think Monday the 18th of August, something like that. I haven't got them in front of me, but it's the opening weekend. We play Monday night at home to Spurs, like Fab says there. Don't know the actual day, but it's the. I think it's the Monday the 8th. Well, it's the 18th around that opening weekend. It's coming in now. Slovenia, England can't get it away. Oh, Slovenia player went down in the box. Don't know if that'll be checked. Oh, now it was from behind on the England player. So free kick to England. Let's have a look at this. Oh, I think he went. Oh, I mean, that wasn't a penalty. Just showing Kane's effort from earlier. Now, the Slovenia player went down too easily. He was after an Oscar. He went down quicker than the Titanic. Ball over the top to Bellingham. Careful. It was a ball in there. You've got to be careful. It's not going to hit your arm. Well, it did hit his arm, Geo, but it wasn't handball. Far from it. And it's headed back into the waiting arms of Pickford, who rolls it out. Walker now. I mean, I honestly think we're missing the Grealish effect, to be honest with you. Trippier, lovely ball over the top to Bellingham. Plays it back to Trippier. Gets it in the box. Oh my God, how close was that? Harry Kane couldn't quite get the end of that cross there. It was a beautiful cross in from Trippier. Beautiful. Oh, and Harry Kane just couldn't quite get on the end of it at the far post. Oh, Literally, I think he may have been put off by the defender in front of him, who missed it completely. Gallagher missed it as a header. Oh, and it was in front of Kane. So Gallagher missed it, then the defender missed it, and then Kane missed it. 40 minutes gone. 5 minutes of the first half, plus obviously stoppage time left. What do you mean, Reese? So Slovenia come forward. Oof. Okay, bit better. That back pass there. Wow, it was more like a shot. But Pickford dealt with it. And he has a wave with Walker. Oh. So hard. Usually at night, Reese. Ronald, hi mate, how you doing? Oh God, it's so warm, isn't it, guys? Yeah, you're right, Fab. So just Kane now. He's got room. He's going to have a shot. Takes the deflection and it's out for another corner. At least it was an effort. I don't know. Some Slovenia fans shouting down the camera there because he right down his throat. Not particularly what I wanted to see, but there we go. 0-0 both games. No change. England guy there with his pipe, with Sherlock Holmes pipe. Chippy with the corner. Oh, and it's Declan Rice tried to get it at the back, but he gives the foul away. He's not very happy, that referee, when he gives a free kick. Well, he touched him on the back, and the Slovenia player thought he was in the swimming pool and did a brilliant dive. So here we go now. In the last few minutes, plus any stoppage time of the first half, goal kick from Slovenia down this near side. Will it go back to Pickford? Yes, it does. He's going to be closed down very quickly. Plays it back out to Trippier. Plays it into Stones, out to Walker. Can't imagine that they've blown the whistling for half time. Stones now. Reese, I think I agree with you there, mate. Just no wind, is there? Rice chips it forward to Walker. Thacker. Oh, Bellingham. He plays it to Bellingham. Bellingham plays it out. Goes to his flick on. Goes to a Slovenia player. We're coming up to the 45th minute. We'll see how many minutes to be added on. No minutes to be added on. That's how little time there is. I'm going to go and appoint Percy. I will be back, and I think I'll be joined by Doug in a few minutes. Guys, thank you very, very much. Don't go away. We'll be back in a few minutes. Well, there we go. What a iffy first half. Should we call it iffy? 0-0, England and Slovenia. In the other game, exactly the same. Denmark 0, Serbia 0. Looking at the stats here, were England good? Not particularly. Yeah, they had most of the possession, 68.8%. to Slovenia's 31.2%. 6 shots for England, 3 for Slovenia, 2 on target for us, 1 for them. Touches in the opposition's box, England 9, Slovenia 10. They do look dangerous. They have looked dangerous on the break. And let's just have a look at the other game and see what's going on at Denmark. See if I can get any information up on that one. So Denmark definitely, well, they've had 59.9% possession have Denmark. Serbia 40%. That's 5 shots for Denmark, just the 1 for Serbia. 2 on target for Denmark, none for Serbia. 11 touches in the opposition box for Denmark, 2 for Serbia. So you can probably say, in fairness, without fear of contradiction, Denmark on top on that. But 0-0. Schmeichel not having to have made a save in this game. I presume, like I say, Schmeichel is in goal. Yes, he is. Victor Christiansen, obviously ex-Leicester, well, still a Leicester player. He's on the substitutes bench. Vestergaard is playing in central defence there. I think that's it for Leicester involvement in the game. But yeah, 0-0 in that one as well. Of course, earlier it was Netherlands 2, Austria 3. Wow, that was 1-0 when I left it. France 1, Poland 1, how it finished. Which left that group very, very interesting. Because it meant in Group D that Austria were top with 2 wins and 1 loss. They topped the group. Austria with just 1 win and 2 draws. A point behind on 5 points. They finished second. Netherlands, 4 points. Third, but they do go through as one of the better third place teams. Just do my shirt up. Ooh. It is so warm. It is unreal. Is anybody going to... well, I think it was Reese said earlier, I don't know how I'm going to sleep tonight. Very wet, I would imagine. Whatever happens, I want another coach appointed after this tournament. Well, in fairness, Southgate, has he not said this could be his last tournament? Certainly his contract is up. Doesn't mean anything, of course, but I don't think at the moment as things stand... Well, I don't know. I suppose it depends. I mean, how long can you go for? Look, I'm not defended. Probably isn't the fairest word. Yes, yeah, no, it probably is actually. I've defended Southgate. I'm not a huge Southgate fan. I just don't think that it's fair that he's coming to this criticism, because it's very much like with Enzo at Leicester. Some of the games were awful, but we were winning. Yes, we were 17 points clear. We lost, that came down to 1 point. But yes, but we still got promoted. So it's one of those, isn't it? You know what I mean? And I think it's the same with Southgate. Yes, he's got us to a quarter. He's got us to a semi. He's got us to a final, which is fantastic. I think there does come a time when you need a new coach. And as much as I back Southgate, not that I think he's the best coach we've ever had, stats would probably say he is one of the best coaches we've had. But I don't think he deserved the criticism he was getting. That said, we probably do need a new manager after this tournament. I think we need somebody that can come in and change things around and give us a boost, if you like, a new blood. Yeah, you're right, Fab. You're right there. But look, I don't know, is that going to be Potter? I mean, he's obviously hanging out for that job. I don't know if it is why. Wouldn't be my choice. I don't rate Potter. I think he's overrated. I really do think he is. He's been out of the game too long. He's there, for the money he's getting off Chelsea. If he was half a decent manager, Potter would have taken another job because let's be honest with you. You take a job, all right, now maybe it's a bit harder because if Southgate goes, he's going in 2 weeks. But, over the past couple of years since Chelsea got rid of him, he could have easily taken another job and then said, Actually, guys, put it in a thing that if England come knocking, I can talk to them. Everybody would be saying, and most managers would have that. Most top managers would have that. For particular, just like players have it in theirs as well. So, we will see. We will see. So, who do you want to be the next England manager? I mean, I think Steve Clarke's going to go at Scotland. If they do not give the job to David Moyes, something is wrong there. As you know, I would have liked him at Leicester, but I'm very, very happy with Cooper. I'm not going to start talking Cooper because we've talked him to death. And I know the Welsh people, Welsh fan, actually, one of my mates on here, he wanted Cooper to be the next Wales manager. Who did I read that was after the Welsh manager's job? I can't remember now. Somebody quite well known. But anyway, I think David Moyes could go for the Scottish job. I think he'd do a good job there. But anyway, there we go. It is 0-0. It is half time. Like I say, we will be back for the second half. Do not go away, ladies and gentlefolk, because you don't know what you're missing. We'll be back in a bit. Yep, you're quite right. I was on mute. Thank you, Jamie. So just wait for the kickoff. So we have the one change, like I say, Mamu on, Gallagher off. There we go. So, yeah, I would do my best. Oops, can't do that. I would do my best to get Eddie Howe in as well. Yeah, sorry about being on mute. I'm having a few problems this end. So, oh, look, we can't do any worse, can we? I mean, I don't know how you can look at this team and go, we only need to make the one change. You know, I mean, come on. We need to make more than one change. We really, really do. You know, why is Kane still on? Well, Paul, we were talking about that just before half time. Yeah. I mean, you know, Southgate's contract is up. Will he be given a new one? I don't think he deserves one on the strength of this tournament. Yeah, say what you think, Jamie. Say what you think. So 0-0, 46 minutes and 20 odd seconds gone. And it's also 0-0 Denmark, Slovenia. So no change to the table as things stand at the moment. But as things stand at the moment, we are avoiding Germany in the next round. I tell you what, Germany would absolutely pummel us. Absolutely pummel us. Sad to say, but it's true. Yeah, good couple of good shouts there, Fab. No, I don't think it'll be Potter. I don't rate Potter at all. But of course, if he came on and won us the next World Cup, I think the sun shone out of his arse. Let's be honest. Gary Neville at half time said England looked really basic. I think that's being kind, Gary. I really do. So Manu, is it Manu on for Gallagher is the one change so far. No changes at all for Slovenia. So England are now Jude Bellingham here. It's a corner. I thought what he was doing then. Good intricate movement there from England. England, of course, in all white at the back with the blue strip down the underarm. Slovenia in all blue. So it's blue versus white. Quickly taken corner by Trippier. Foden. Mainu. Walker passes it across field to Rice. Chips it into the box. England players getting in their own way. Kane got the header there, but it was across the goal to nobody. Now, Mainu's getting stuck in. I'm going to say fair play to the guy. Oh, Bellingham trying to find Kane there. Suddenly England have got a bit of purpose about them. Wow. Okay, good defending. Saka's got it now. Coming down this right-hand side. Kane now. Can he get the ball across? No, he gets a corner, though. Another corner for England. Great ball in from Saka. Kane ran onto it there in fair play to him. He called for it. He pointed for it, Kane. He got it, but he wasn't able to get the cross in. A couple of England players in the box, both being marked. But anyway, it's a corner to England. This is better from England. Corner comes in. It's a deep one. Kane heads it, but it's just easily dealt with by the defenders. So it's a throw in for Slovenia on the far side. It's a very good point that the commentators just made. If Denmark were to score, they would go above England. England would drop to second, and then we'd be playing Germany. Oh, unlucky there. Foden tried to get Saka and he couldn't. But Maynard have made a big difference since coming on. We don't want to be playing Germany. Good God. Oh. England fan there. That Slovenia child has had way too much Coca-Cola. I didn't watch it, Ronald. I've got to be honest with you. I was having a few G&Ts on the old terrace. I did see the goal right at the end. Oh, lovely ball into Jude Bellingham. So unlucky there, not being able to get on the end of it. What a lovely ball into the box. Oh, it was unlucky there, was Bellingham. Very unlucky. I tell you what, I could easily see Slovenia scoring. It's hitting us on the breakaway. Bowen, Palmer, and Gordon are all warming up for England. Do you know what they could do with England could do with a Fatawu playing for them? Bellingham now on the touchline. He's playing more out left. Walker on this near side. Saka. Played it across field. Good ball. It's out now with Bellingham on the far side. He brings it inside. Chips into the box. But it's headed away. Rice keeping hold of the ball well. Well done, Rice. Oh, that's going to be a free kick, surely. Yeah, Mainu taken out there from behind. And it is a free kick to England. Oh, that was a... WWF would have been proud of that. So, still 0-0. Denmark still 0-0 against Serbia, thank goodness. Otherwise, at the moment, we could be looking towards a trip to play Germany in Dortmund on Saturday night. Saturday night, da, 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 da. Pretty baby. Foden delivers it in. But it's been kept in on the far side. Saka plays it back in. And it's a corner now to England. Just saying here, Kane ready to pounce. Oh. I'm ready to have sex with Shalene Thies on, but it ain't going to happen, is it? Foden with a bandage all over his right hand. Left-footed into the box. Oh! Oh! It was like head tennis then in the box. Overhead kick by Saka. That was a foul. Players down. It wasn't on purpose. It was an overhead kick, and he caught him. Oh, I mean, it was literally everybody was heading the ball away there. And then the overhead kick just ended up in the goalkeeper's arms, but he caught, he caught the Serbian player, not on purpose at all. Honestly, Paul, Leicester would play better than this. Thank you, Jamie. X Factor next year. Well, Britain's Got Talent, one of them. Much more reserved English child there. Stripped to the waist, waving his shirt around. Haven't obviously had as many sweets as the Slovenian kid from earlier. England coming forward now. Saka on this near side. Looking for help. Gets it. Oh, Kane. But Kane, again, absolutely doesn't control it whatsoever. Why is it? Oh, Kane is going to get taken off. He's having an awful game. Oh, lovely overlap run here by England on the far side. They need to get it in the box. Foden from Mainu. Playing it around in little triangles here, England. Now it's chipped into the box. Comes out to the far side. Saka from Walker. Back to Saka. Oh, again, England. No end product. Now it's chipped into the box. Bellingham now on the far side. Can he do enough damage on that far side? That's the question. Rice and Foden really beating themselves, to be honest with you. It's all England at the moment. But, you know, we need an end product and we haven't got it. Nice little back heel, though. Walker. Oh, can he get to it? No, it was out, unfortunately. His first touch, and then he couldn't get on the end of the ball, and it was way out. Oh, he could have hurt himself with that one. Oh. Gareth Southgate doing his little bit of a seal. And then a bit of a da-da-da-da-da-da. He's doing Saturday night, isn't he? Denmark 0, Serbia 0, thank God. $60 minutes on the clock. 61 now. Are we going to see any more changes? We need something, because at the moment, this England side is... Oh. Honestly, they could not finish a sentence with a full stop. Stones on the ball. Saka now. Oh, get a lovely 1-2. Oh, I don't know what that wasn't a free kick. Well, referee's given it. Oh. Slovenia player went down like a bride's knickers on the wedding night. Serbia have put the ball in the back of the net against Denmark, but apparently it is not going to count. That would have put the cat among the pigeons. Denmark would have been they'd have been in third then. I don't know if they'd have gone through as one of the better three. I think they probably would, to be honest with you. Apparently, they just said that this is the lowest scoring group in the tournament. Of course it is. England are in here. Oof. Shot there from Cherin for Slovenia. And I tell you what, from my angle on my telly, it looked a lot closer than it actually was. And it was probably ended up nearer to the corner flag than the goal, but he had the space. He had the space, and that's the worrying thing. Gehu now with the ball. England defenders having a bit of work, had a bit of work to do then, which they hadn't had to do really much in this second half. Like I say, watching this game here, guys, I cannot see England progressing far in this tournament. Yes, obviously we're out the group, that goes without saying, but if they were to meet Spain or Germany, we'd be like turkeys on Christmas Day. We would be absolutely stuffed. But Walker kept it in well. Oh, good ball. England now have it in the centre of the field. Bellingham comes out to Saka on this near side. Walker, Mainu. Back to Walker on this near side. Infields to Rice. Don't know. He played it down a blind alley there, as the commentator said, and there was nobody down there with it. I'd go to the toilet, Fab. I think you got plenty of time. So a little bit of frustration shown there from Bellingham. 65 minutes gone. England 0, Slovenia 0. Couple of young England fans there. You feel like saying to them, don't you? See if you got any. See if you got any Spanish grandparents. Do changes need to be made now? Yes, I think they do. Yeah, but we want to be showing more, though, don't we, Fabe? I argue with that, Jamie, at the moment. I can't defend Southgate. He can't surely be playing for a 0-0, can he? Germany have scored more in one game against Scotland than we've scored in 3. If anybody wants a wall painting, I can come and watch it dry for you. Oh, Kane again. Couldn't fucking control a TV with a remote control. Southgate, please grow a pair of balls and take Harry Kane off. Foden went down, looking for the free kick, didn't get it. And now Slovenia. Oh, Gale got it. Yeah, well, he had to take the player out there because he made the mistake, and the Slovenia player was through on the breakaway. Yeah, you're right, Ronald. It was against Scotland. No. Fair point. Fair point. The Kane curses. Well, I said that on Talk Sport before. I said we ain't ever going to win anything with Kane in the squad. Else goes to Bayern Munich. The one season they don't win anything. Oh, Harry Kane. So it's a free kick to Slovenia. How can any manager take a team and actually make them worse? Surely, you know, you take a team, and the longer you're with a team, you should improve that team. Or at least, you know, still be of the same standard. Southgate is actually taking this England team backwards. And look, I've been a defender of Southgate, but there's a free kick to Slovenia. I think there's an idiot Fab. I think there's a couple of substitutes about to be made for England. I know what you mean, Craig. I know what you mean. Let's see this free kick. Referee's talking to people in the wall. Oh, it's a poor free kick. Poor free kick. Bellingham's gone down. Wake him up, Stone. Say he doesn't need to. The ball's gone out. An apology there from the Slovenian player. Oh, excuse me. Burp there. So, Palmer is coming on. Chelsea's Cole Palmer coming on for Saka. Saka gets a hug off Southgate. Saka, I don't think he's particularly had a bad game. Not one of our worst players. But now it's down to Palmer. Just the one change from our Gary. %71% ball possession, 556 passes for England, 180 odd for Slovenia, and we've done fuck all with all that possession and passes. I'm not going to complain and say the fact that we are just walking the ball about, because it's bloody hot over there. They're playing it's hotter than it is here, and I would like to be playing football in this heat. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. I used to have that. As a jingle. I don't think I've got it. I don't think I've still got it. No, I haven't. Leave that one with me. Oh. It's a yellow card. Kane tried to break through there, but he was dragged down, in fairness to Kane. So Jakub, number 6 there for Slovenia, gets the yellow card. And it's a free kick just outside the box. The sweat dripping off the players out there. Is this Southgate?
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Cole Palmer, Fab. Right. Is this going to be England's chance? We need a goal. 28 metres. Chipped in. Oh, all the way. Wasn't the best, but it was kept in. Throw into England on the far side, level with the penalty box. But again, it was easily dealt with by Slovenia. It's 0-0 in the other game as well. He goes all the way back to Pickford. 17 minutes for England to show some balls and have a go. I know it's hot. I get that. But please, come on. Ronald, thank you. Palmer. I guess a throw in. He was running at the defenders there. Oh! Rice shot then. He played a lovely 1-2 with Phil Foden. Let's have a look how far that was. It was well wide in the end, but at least we were having an effort. At least we had an effort. So Slovenia making a substitution. Wow, 36 years old. The Slovenian that they've just brought on. I know Craig's not watching this, but Craig, the from Up the Cherries, he played a few. He does a video for his work, and I said that was boring. Well, I've got to be honest with you. This makes Craig's videos look exciting. Oh, Maino, he had the ball, he pulled it back, and he pulled it back to where there was no English player, for God's sake. Foden gets a booking now. I've given up. There's another corner for England, is it? Yes, it is. "78 minutes, corner for England, 0-0. Comes in. I recognise this referee. He's been pretty fair. They've just the referees just said then, yeah, all right, we're doing this, but what happens if we come up against a decent team? I will get stuffed. That's what will happen. Honestly. Palmer, good turn on this right side. Lovely ball in. Bellingham to Palmer. He almost loses it, but it somehow gets it. But there's the. Slovenian player there goes down for 10 minutes. Nobody wants to play Germany, Fab. So 9 minutes into the last 10 minutes plus stoppage time. There was none at the first half. Will there be any in the second half? And now England have given the ball away, and Slovenia can break, but they play it out. I think Slovenia, I'm not sure that they'll go through as one of the best third-place teams. As it stands, but it's the lowest scoring group. Played in from Palmer, good ball into the box, but it was headed clear. Headed clear. So lovely ball out to the far side. Alexander-Arnold is coming on, for fuck's sake. Kane. He's still got hold of the ball. Oh, Foden cracks it, but it's straight against a Slovenian defender. What's that a free kick for? So Trippier is off. Walker's gone to left back now. Trippier's come off. Alexander-Arnold at right back. So, 6 minutes, just under 5.5 to go. It's 0-0. Still 0-0 in the other game as well. 2 changes now for Slovenia. Ronald, you've seen it as well. I don't think he does, Paul. He's a right back, but Southgate, I have no fucking idea. Gordon is going to come on for 5 minutes. I mean, why hasn't he been on earlier? Oh, now we've given the ball away. Slovenia playing the ball around now. Oh, Rice just gets a foot in there. Do England? What is Southgate's thinking? I just do not know. Oh, Palmer was blocked there. Yeah. Referee's had a good game, in fairness. He just put his body in front of Palmer there. So, can they do anything with this free kick? And it comes into the box. Oh, easily cleared. Honestly, all they're doing, Slovenia, at the moment is just going down. Yeah, I mean, he's coming on with Gordon is coming on with 2.5 minutes, 1.5 minutes to go. They're into the last minute. So Gordon's going to make a difference, isn't he? Would have been better off with no Gordon for everybody that used to watch Crossroads. That's no disrespect to Gordon, but he's not going to have time to do anything. So we're into the 90th. Well, We've played the 90 minutes now. How much stoppage time will there be? Four minutes. Four minutes. Yeah. You know what I mean, though, don't you? Slovenia fans, young fans biting the nails there. Will this be enough to see them go through? Serbia and Denmark are drawing 0-0 at the moment as well. So, I just... Fans are whistling because they want the game to be over because it's so fucking awful. Palmer! Oh! Straight into the Slovenian goalkeeper. Gordon, was a beautiful pass out to Palmer, but it was an easy stop. Made it easy for the Slovenian goalkeeper. Commentator just said England's best move of the day, and it came in the 92nd bloody minute. Is anybody still awake? Tell you what, I'd sooner watch an old episode of Crossroads. Palmer, he's being pushed all over. He's still got it. Oh, Alexander Arnold, what a fucking waste of space he is. Now Slovenia finally, took two players to stop the Slovenian attacker. Alexander Arnold couldn't score in a brothel with that kick. What the fuck is he doing on the pitch? There it is. It's all over. It is 0-0. Slovenia, they celebrate like they've won the bloody tournament. England are shit. And we'll be back in a minute.
I can't hear you, Chris.
The reason you can't hear me because I muted myself.
That's a good start, isn't it?
I was just swearing and saying how bad that game was, and I thought it might be children watching. Although having said that, they've probably been bored to sleep. How fucking awful was that?
Mate, we have got the Margot Robbie. We got
You
the
actually
Margot
did.
Robbie of football teams, right? We got Bellingham, we got Rice, we got Harry Kane. Instead, what we did was we got the Abby Titmus of England teams.
Right
Mate,
wrong
it
with a
was,
bit of Abby Titmus, I'll have you know.
to be honest, the whole tournament's been Abby Titmus so far. It has been absolutely fucking dreadful. And let's be honest, very, very much Z-list. It's not been Margot Robbie at all, has it? Really?
We're
To be honest,
through.
France weren't.
We're
Yes,
through.
yes, wonderful,
Denmark
Chris.
has finished. Denmark 0, Serbia 0. So
Oh, well,
Slovenia
that
goes
was
through.
fucking exciting as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, this is all right, you have the group of death and all that. This has been the group of boredom, hasn't it?
Mate, look at our side. Pickford, Walker, Stones, Gooey, Trippier, Gallagher, Rice, Saka, Bellingham, Foden, Kane. Now, Gallagher's probably, and easily tonight, probably was the weakest link in the first half. But, let's be fair, any other, if Slovenia would have fucking bit our hand off for, Conor Gallagher. Honestly, I just don't know. I just don't know. It's been absolutely atrocious. I'm sure Robbie Williams has been smoking 1,000 fags, as he once said tonight. He's been chaining it because that was fucking terrible. I'm sorry,
honestly,
but it was absolutely terrible. But yeah,
Doug was going to come in at half time. He didn't. He said he fell asleep, and I don't blame him. That's 94 minutes of my life I'm never getting back.
Oh, Jesus Christ. It's bad when a Scotland fan falls asleep at half time. To be honest, that's why I've got these, Chris, because at the end of the day, at least these are keeping me awake and cheering me fucking up.
Well, I'll raise you on, mate. I'll raise you on. I tell you what, let's just go through. I just want to go through some comments here. Even I'm not being awful. I'm sorry, Doug, but fucking Scotland could have beaten us tonight.
Do you know what? Scotland,
let me just catch up with these comments. Sorry, won't be a moment, mate. Disappointing is an understatement. What a waste of a couple of hours watching that. Slovenia got their tactics right. England did not get their tactics right. I said earlier, bringing Gordon on with like a minute and a half left, I'd as sooner have brought Noel Gordon on. At least that would have been exciting. You're probably too young to remember Noel Gordon.
Yeah, I am. You're a bit older than me.
An episode of Crossroads would have been more exciting than that. Got a quiz question for you here, and that is the table, just to say that you can see there that Slovenia are through, Denmark are through, England are through. What is wrong with that picture there?
Well, that looks like a ferocious lion, but at the same time...
Exactly. It is a lion with teeth. We've got no fucking teeth.
Mate, we've got the best attacking team we've ever fucking had. This is what's pissing me off, is, very much like Belgium wasted their golden generation, we're going to fucking waste ours. And, do you mind me swearing, Chris? Because I want to let.
I think I've sworn a couple of times, mate.
Right,
don't worry about it.
We are going to waste our fucking golden generation because at the end of the day, forget Beckham, Lampard, Gerrard, and all that. Individually great players, but as a team, we also had weak links in there. Darius Vassell, for example, Emil Heskey,
player.
Yeah, sorry, do apologise, but you look at the teams that we've had in the past, and you think, well, to be honest, they weren't particularly that great. 1990, right? Bobby Robson had a team that he took to the semi-final of the fucking World Cup that was and I've watched it back. I've watched that World Cup back since then. You know, I was only little when it was on. I remember bits and pieces of it because of that. And the thing is that we weren't the greatest team, but we fucking played our hearts out. And tonight, can you turn around and say that we was at full pelt? Because at the same time, you know, we have got all of our ducks have come in a row. We're the fucking luckiest country in the entire planet at this moment in time. All of our ducks have come in a row, and we've got a dickhead in charge who hasn't got a fucking clue. I don't think he would be fucking Morecambe on a fucking Tuesday night. That is absolutely terrible. Don't take it away from Slovenia, but at the same time, you know, this idiot that we have got in fucking charge, and I'm being polite by saying that, I could have called him so many things. He has got not a fucking clue. Yes, he's taken us to a final of the Euros. Yes, he's taken us to the semi-final of a World Cup. But with the strongest team we've had since 1966. And he's fucked it up every single time. Sorry, Chris, I'll stop swearing now.
Well, look, don't sit on the fence there, mate. You say what you think.
Mate, it's fucking terrible. It's terrible. Slovenia, I'm not taking anything away from them. You know, they come in, they've got a game plan, but you look at that side. You know, I'm sorry, but the England squad is better than France's at the moment. We have got probably, you know, Brazil is the only fucking country that is pushing it. And they're not even in Europe. So,
No.
you know, at the end of the day, they can't win it, can they? So you see where I'm coming from. You can see where the frustration is. Hello, Doug. Have you woken up now, mate?
No.
Doug. Honestly, mate, that was absolutely atrocious. And I tell you what, Scotland, I know that you got knocked out. But at least in the last two games against Germany, yes, you were poor. But in those last two games, even though you might not have had the quality, you gave it your bloody all. You gave it all. You know, you threw men forward. You went with attacking intent. We've got, without a shadow of a doubt, the best attacking team in the world at the moment. And what's he doing? He's thinking, well, I tell you what, we'll just fucking defend. You know, when we know that the defence is makeshift.
Yeah.
The guy's clueless. The guy is absolutely clueless. I defended him after the Serbia game. I defended him. But after that, I can't defend him at all. I'm sorry. It's terrible.
That was just shocking from start to finish. I know people have said that, like, Southgate is very in it, and he's got an inability to change things. I think you look at the team tonight, one change, Gallagher for Trent Alexander-Arnold. I mean, you must be so annoyed, Chris, and obviously Craig. You two must be so annoyed with what Southgate's done. And you know, I was actually sort of calculating the results in this group. I think there's only been 5 goals scored or something.
This is lowest scoring group. I mean, you've got the group of death. This is the group of boredom.
Yeah,
it really is. And look, I mean, I'm looking at the positives here. You know, only one team has won a game in this group, and that's England. But I have been Southgate. I've not been his biggest fan. That's been unfair. I just think he's got the criticism that he hasn't deserved, if you like. But he has taken a team. When you're a manager, you should take a team and you should make it better each year, or at least be as good as. He has got an England team that he has made worse than it was in the last tournament.
Yeah.
And yet he's got a better group of players coming through. How, you know,
I'm sorry,
I've said at the start, I've said Southgate, like I say, you know, give him the credit where it's due. No, get him out of this job as soon as possible.
Chris, we have got by far a Ballon d'Or winner. We got a Ballon d'Or winner in our team. For the first time in my lifetime, we have got somebody who is going to be up there with Ronaldo, Messi, and all that lot. We have got Jude Bellingham. He is quality. He was quality in that Serbia game. It's taken one fucking game for Gareth Southgate. Sorry to excuse my French. One game for him to break Jude Bellingham. And why is he breaking Jude Bellingham? Because he's gone, oh, you know what, Jude? Just sit back. Just sit back. Just let Serbia and Denmark onto you. Well, I tell you what happens when we come up against Germany? Like you did, Doug.
I said in the commentary that if we'd have lost that and we'd have finished second, we'd have played Germany on Saturday. If you come up against one of the better teams, we would get absolutely stuffed.
Yeah.
Germany would stuff us. Spain would stuff us. France would stuff us. I mean, you must be looking at that. And yeah, all right. I mean, as John said here, there's no shots on target against Hungary for Scotland. But they seem to have a passion when I watched the Scotland game.
They gave a shit. Scotland gave a shit. They were fighting for it at the end, Chris. Today, well, where was the fight from that? And Doug, I'm sure you won't find this disrespectful, but England have got a better team than Scotland have. But Scotland have
100%.
utilised that team better. Scotland have utilised that team better. It's all about, I even say in my work, it's quality over quantity. You utilise your tools better, you'll get a better result. And that's Scotland, utilise their tools. To be honest, a lot of those players, I don't rate Che Adams. I've got to be honest. I don't rate him at all. Ryan Christie was really
before we
poor.
get to the Scotland team, which is a completely different
but I'm
story,
making a comparison here, Chris. The thing is Steve Clarke at least utilised his tools, whereas Gareth Southgate's just thrown a load of fucking talented players on the pitch and made them run around. Mate, it was absolutely
talking about utilising your tools. Let's give Doug a chance to have a word. Sorry,
I do apologise. Shall I shut up?
I mean, you must look at that, Doug, and you must think, all right, yeah, look, Scotland have gone home. We've had the jokes, we've had the laughs, but you must look at that performance and think, how the hell are England still in this competition and we're not?
I mean, it almost kind of makes me feel glad I'm not in the next round, because I think if we had got through, I think it was only prolonging the inevitable. I think we would have got stuffed, in all honesty, by like a Spain or someone. But I look at your team and it wouldn't take a rocket scientist to work out that Phil Foden is not a left winger. And also it wouldn't take a rocket scientist to work out that Kieran Trippier is definitely not a left back.
Kyle Walker left
spot on, mate. Spot on.
Kyle Walker is the equivalent of a very, very, very quick player, but doesn't seem to have the end product. And again tonight, like, how many opportunities did Kyle Walker have to basically put that ball into the box, and instead basically go for an ambitious shot, go for glory? Look, I'll be honest with you. I think you're unbalanced on the left-hand side. I've been saying it for a number of weeks recently. And I have to say, if you look at England's side, Foden and Trippier, I'm not so shocked that isn't working, because you need basically a left back who can actually play left back. For me, Kieran Trippier is not a left back, and he's taken the only recognised left back in Luke Shaw, who isn't even fit. Now there's a left back I'm thinking of at Crystal Palace, Tyreek Mitchell. Why didn't he take him? Because Southgate is completely clueless, and unfortunately, it's tried and trusted with him. Tried and trusted. Look, Pickford gets into the England side anyway. Guehi, Stones, I think that's a very good partnership at the back. Kyle Walker, question marks over him. Kieran Trippier, not a left back. You've got Joe Gomez, who can utilise from left back. He can play right back. He can play centre midfield. He can play anywhere. And then you've got the question of why the hell is Anthony Gordon only getting 5 minutes? 5 minutes. I feel sorry. I
that
feel
me
sorry for some of these
that was
players.
frozen?
No, you haven't frozen at all. I don't think.
No.
It might have been me. Might have been. I don't know. Well, have been me.
But I feel sorry for because some of these players, Wharton, Minu. I mean, if Conor Gallagher is starting ahead of you, you know that you've done something wrong, or Southgate just doesn't fancy you. Lewis Dunk, why is he in the squad? You know, it's just there are a lot of players in this team where I'm like, why are you here? Because I don't think they offer anything. And look, I think Ollie Watkins is one of these players who could easily come in for Harry Kane, but Southgate is so scared to drop Harry Kane. But I think after tonight, a decision has to be made ahead of the game on Sunday.
Do you know what Doug has said? Oh, you're on mute again, Chris. But I'll tell you what. I'll say this. You've said, Doug, everything that I have been saying about this team. You know, for example, I did say Ollie Watkins should have started this game. You know,
Do
he's
we
playing
drop
off the
Kane
shoulder.
for the next game?
Yes.
Good Kane.
Yes.
I said
Yes.
during that watch along. I mean, I jokingly said on Talk Sport before the tournament started, we ain't going to win anything with Kane in the team because he's just a bad talisman for us. Who else could go to a team like Bayern Munich that wins everything every year and they win nothing the year he joins? I thought I was being funny. I didn't think I was going to make it was going to come true. But Craig, he's got to have the balls to drop him, hasn't he?
Mate, you know, Ollie Watkins creates so much more. Harry Kane is waiting for the perfect ball, which at this moment in time isn't coming across. You know, Watkins, you know, against Denmark, he was playing on the shoulder, and I saw more from him in 10 minutes than I did from Harry Kane in 80. I was very, very impressed. It was a bold call and it was a sensible call, and Gareth Southgate should be commended for that. You know, I thought, right, he's actually figured out what the problem is here. And then he went back to what he did tonight. You know, Doug is spot on every single, you know, decision. Every single decision. You know, what is Lewis Dunk doing out there? What actually is doing out there? Adam Wharton, he's not going to get near the squad. You know, Theo Walcott back in 2006 turned round, you know, recently and said, you know, it didn't actually do him no good going to that World Cup. And it's going to be the same with Adam Wharton. You know, we can even take it up front. Ivan Toney.
You might be able to. I'm not.
All right, maybe we've had Abby Titmus. But Ivan Toney, right? Ivan Toney, you know, he's had a poor season for Brentford, but he's taken over. And I'm not saying it just because he's our player, but Dominic Solanke drops back, he creates things, he builds things up. You know, it's been going around in the, you know, in the Twitter circles down here with regards to Lewis Cook. You know, instead of Trent Alexander-Arnold playing in what is a foreign position to him, play Lewis Cook. Lewis Cook is a, you know, World Cup winner. You know, he won the World Cup with the England under 21s or whatever it was, or under 19s. Play him. You know, he's talented enough. He's good enough to do it. You know, he has been injury prone, but at the end of the day, he's not injured at the moment. You know, unlike Luke Shaw, which, you know, if he is not going to play, well, to be honest, he had to really play tonight for myself if he's going to play at all. If we come up against the Netherlands, which I think is possible, I think it's
Well, I was
more
just
than
going to
possible.
say.
I've been trying to work this out. I think
I'll
it's going
come
to
over.
be.
But yeah, I've got the answer here for you, Doug. This is who we could meet in the next round. Any one of, and obviously there's still a couple of groups to play. Czech Republic, Ukraine, Slovakia, Bulgaria, or the Netherlands?
We won't play Bulgaria because they're not in there.
Romania, is it?
Sorry, Belgium. Sorry, Belgium.
Belgium.
Sorry, Belgium. Sorry. So, I mean, out of those, Craig, Craig, oh, for fuck's sake.
I'll tell you what, I've been working it out.
No, let me get Doug in.
Go on.
Will you shut up for a moment and let Doug have a word?
No, it's because I've been doing the maths. And
I'm taking off the BBC website. So this is how it says we could play. Czech Republic, Ukraine, Slovakia, Belgium, or Netherlands. If we get Netherlands or Belgium, we're out. In fact, I won't fancy us against any of those, to be honest with you.
No. We all know what happens when you play in Romania in the Euros, don't we?
Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
Sorry, I had to say that. I remember. I
mentioned that during the watch-along. Old Phil Neville's tackle. Again, not a natural left back being played at left back. Oh, how these things come back.
Who knew? Who knew? No, I've got to say, I don't fancy against the Netherlands.
No.
Belgium are a bit hit and miss. Ukraine have been hit and miss. I actually think the best team out of that lot. I mean, all right, Netherlands have been a bit hit and miss as well. But for me, Romania have been looking good. But I have to say, if you look at the teams that you could get, I mean, if you'd got second, you would have got Germany. I wouldn't have fancied against Germany. I think you would have been really, really heavily beaten there. Netherlands, I mean, they've got good players, but again, they have a really bad manager in Koeman. I do not rate Ronald Koeman as a manager. Look, he did well at Southampton, did well at Everton, but I don't think he's an international manager. And I think he's definitely upset the Dutch media. The Dutch media are not happy at the moment with him. What he did today, I think he changed someone after 27 minutes. Veerman, I think it was, and he obviously brought on Xavi Simons as well. But I think whoever you get, this is my problem. I think he's taken Ivan Toney for penalties. Because Ivan Toney, for me, is the best penalty kick taker in the Premier League. I think he's been taken for his for the penalties. Look, I actually think the way England are playing at this moment in time, I would not be surprised if you go to penalties in one of these games. But I think if you get Netherlands, I think you go out. I think if you get Belgium, I think you go out. I think the only team I could see you have a realistic chance of going through against is Ukraine.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Let me ask you this, Craig, as I just about knock everything over. Now, look, I like a good conspiracy theory. So let me throw this one at you. Southgate knew a draw would be enough. We were through anyway after Albania's result last night. Did he go out playing for a draw today? I mean, it looked like it at times, didn't it?
Do you know what? I've said this in the last couple of competitions. We said this at the World Cup in Russia. We said this at the last Euros. We said this at the last World Cup in Qatar. And we've said it, to be honest, I don't disagree now, because at the end of the day, he's looked at the two sides of the draw. Nobody can tell me he hasn't and gone Germany, Spain, Portugal. Don't fancy them. We'll go over the other side. But why not go for the win? I just don't understand it.
Even if we got the draw, though, Craig, had Denmark scored, or even in fairness, had Serbia 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, Serbia scored and won. We would have not gone through as group winners. So we were relying on another match again. We shouldn't be doing that, should we?
We would have if Serbia scored, because at the end of the day, it's all based on head-to-head statistics. And because we beat Serbia, we would have finished above.
Yeah, but we wouldn't have finished top because we'd have been on. If we'd lost, if we'd lost, then
Yeah,
may
we would
well have
still finish it. We
dropped
would have
out.
still finished
Yeah.
above. No, but Slovenia would have finished above us. To be honest, we shouldn't be even having this conversation. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. What we should have done is gone through as group winners with 9 points from this group, because Denmark weren't particularly very good either, and the Germans are going to show us that. Slovenia weren't particularly very good. Whoever they're going to come up against will show us that, be it Slovakia, Ukraine, whoever, don't care. Whoever it is going to show us that they're not particularly that great. What is most likely to happen, and I've been trying to work this out, is it is going to be the Netherlands. And actually, I know this sounds a really, really weird thing to say, Doug, Chris. I hope it is. I hope it is. And I hope the Netherlands are at full pelt. And not because I want England to go out, but because I want England to come up against a difficult side and go, shit, we've got to play here. We've got to do everything that we need to do. Because the Netherlands, if we realise that early on, they're not going to hurt us. If we realise that against France too late, we could be 2-0 down, dead and buried by that time. I don't think Netherlands are particularly that great, but I hope, fingers crossed, we get the Netherlands, because they will come at us full pelt. They will push us, and we will have to play well to get past them. And that is what we need.
The games so far that have been confirmed, Switzerland will host. Switzerland will play Italy.
Yeah.
Germany will play Denmark. And then England will play third from D, E, or F. Spain will play third, A, D, E, or F. France will play second in Group E. And Portugal will play third in A, B, or C.
Chris, that is based, though, because Croatia are likely to finish. Well, they have, dropped out.
I mean, where you've got your thirds, D, E, or F is obviously depending who the better of the third places are.
If we say E and F get through, who is it that's fourth in the group in that level at the moment? It's Slovenia, isn't it? If something happens there's a couple of combinations. Those combinations happen. It's the Netherlands. It's the Netherlands. That's how I've been working it out. I might not be 100% right, but I've been trying to work it out, and I believe if I think it's Group F. If Czech Republic get enough points to go through, we get the Netherlands. If it stays as it is, we get the Netherlands. So it's more than likely to be the Netherlands, and I bloody hope it is, because at the end of the day, we need a test. We need a test, and if we get beat by the Netherlands, we've not been good enough, have we?
Isn't this so fucking stupid, Doug? That we don't know who we could be playing. It's all A, B, C, D, E, F. You could be playing fucking PPI. Who knows? I mean, look, throw in a group, just stick the top two
by them as well,
group, or make another group. So to make the numbers up, it's too fucking confusing, isn't it? I mean, the thing is, it's like when you play the FA Cup, right? Or the Carabao Cup or any cup competition, the games finish, and usually within 48 hours or whatever, you know who you're playing. And this is structured. So, because when we do the prediction leagues and what have you, it's structured so we could go all the way and predict who might actually win the tournament. It's just a laugh, isn't it?
That's ridiculous. I mean, I think I read somewhere like one of the groups could actually all finish on 4 points. Like if both games finish in a draw tomorrow, like one group could actually finish on 4 points, and then I think they'd have to decide on sort of head-to-head records or something like that. It's bonkers.
I mean,
absolutely bonkers.
Surely at tournament football, Doug, we just want to say, right, we're through. Who do we play next?
Yeah, of course you do.
You two guys are too young to remember this, but years ago, for example, in the Cup, you'd be like tennis. You'd have all your teams listed, and one would play two, and the winner of 1 and 2 would play the winner of 3 and 4. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that was how simple it was, and you could plot your route. As a Scotsman, though, Doug, I mean, Craig kept saying there, and yes, very, very quite rightly saying, we've got maybe one of the strongest attacking teams there. We scored 2 goals in 3 games.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm lost for words. I know Craig never is, but I'm lost for words. I mean, what are we doing wrong? I mean, I know we've talked about Kane. Would anybody else in that system, with Southgate as manager, if you drop Kane and put Tony in there to start, or whoever else we've got, would it make any difference?
Probably not, because I think Southgate is. I think he's been exposed with his inability to change things. I also think, as well, when you look at what has happened recently tonight, like, why do you bring on like your first sub is like Kobe Mainoo for Conor Gallagher? That should have happened a bit earlier.
Yeah.
I just think he's too scared to change things, as I've said. And no, I don't think it would get any better. I think Southgate. I think that game tonight kind of said to me that he's going to be on his way out. I don't think he's going to be here after the Euros. I think he said that anyway. I think it's a bit like us. I think I will not be surprised if Steve Clark goes. I would not be surprised at all. I think Scotland and England actually need fresh ideas, fresh management to just lift the players, because it's just been really poor. And yeah, England scoring 2 goals in a group that has, with the greatest of respect, Serbia, Denmark, and Slovenia. I said at the start, when that draw was made, I thought, yeah, England are going to win that comfortably, and in the end, you've won it, but not as comfortable as I thought you would.
No, I'm just looking then at our predictions. We are having a show Friday at 7 when we're going to be reviewing. Are we not, Douglas? Our
Absolutely.
predictions. At the moment, I've got to be honest with you. Both of us might want to sort of put a disguise on, maybe shave our beards off, and people won't recognise us, because they're pretty bloody awful. Once you get past the winners, Craig, 89 minutes in an international match, making a substitution. I mean, we know I moan about this when it's sort of Leicester, or you're watching a league match. What is the bloody point?
Do you know what? We make a substitution at 89 minutes to bring on James Hill to give him some money, to give him some minutes to run around the pitch and freshen his legs, give him a little bit of Premier League experience before we throw him into a main game. That's what we do. Southgate, brings on a player who can potentially change the game, on 89 minutes, and expects him to do that. I agree completely with what Doug said. Both England and Scotland need fresh changes. And to be honest, it wasn't even poor tonight. It just felt like it was like pass, 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 pass. And the problem is, if I cast my mind back to when, at the start of our season, start of Bournemouth season, that's what we were doing, passing around. And we would make mistakes at the back. And that's what England players are doing at the moment, because they're human beings. If you play on the front foot, yeah, there's got to be an element of defence. There's got to be an element of passing, controlling the game. But there's not got to be an element of passing the other team to death and boring everybody else, because that's basically what happened tonight. I was absolutely, to be fair, the most I've actually got out of tonight is drinking a couple of beers, and it's been that poor, with a side that should be competing. Like I say, why is Ivan Toney out there? Should have taken Dominic Solanke. I'm not just saying that because I'm a Bournemouth fan, but should have taken Dominic Solanke to actually change up the game.
Jack
Ivan.
Grealish. Why isn't Jack Grealish there?
Jack Grealish, exactly. Ivan Toney, the only thing Ivan Toney is going to do in a game like that is he might come back with 30 quid in his pocket for in exchange for a tenner. That's all he might do. I personally think it was that poor. It was that atrocious. We should have been beaten Slovenia. Slovenia weren't great. They set out their stall, but we have got the quality we have. Do you think the French fans, if they come up against that Slovenian team tonight, and Gareth Southgate was in charge of France, and they passed it around, and Griezmann, didn't get hardly any sniffs, and Mbappe was stood there thinking, what the hell do I do? Oh, I need to pass it. Do you think that the French would have accepted that? Of course they fucking wouldn't. Of course they wouldn't. So why should we, with what is arguably, France have got the best striker in the world at the moment, Mbappe, but we've got arguably the best team in the world, apart from Brazil. And to be honest, Brazil, like I say, aren't in Euro 2024 unless some rules been changed.
But France couldn't win today either, could they? France have done exactly what England have done. They've won one. They have drawn two. So, Doug, they've like I say, France, but all this that they're good. Played 3, won 1, drawn 2, scored 2, conceded 1. Exactly the same as England.
Yeah, and they're maybe two of the favourites for the Euros. Don't make me laugh.
No,
I've seen. I will say now. I think after watching all the games recently, Germany and Spain are my front runners for the Euros. I think
100% with that.
Yeah,
I'm just
watching
this here, Doug, and I'm looking at it, and it's Laura Wood, so I'm really enjoying looking at it. But watching the
you silver fox,
Robbie,
silver fox,
Margot Robbie, we wouldn't see paid for dust. But watching the sort of the end of the game, right? We've just qualified for the next round. We've just topped the group. We've just gone through the group without losing a game. Those England players, they absolutely look like they've just lost the World Cup final.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell? Why are there so? I mean, you got Pickford in fairness going, come on. All the other players are like, they like they just got knocked out. I mean, it's like if that is the attitude of the England camp when we actually qualify, and all right, it wasn't the best. So what? At the end of the day, if that was the game, let's say, was the World Cup, was the Euro final, and we went on to win it with a penalty in the 93rd minute, and we'd played like that, nobody would give a fuck because we'd won the damn thing. But it's like I mean, if that's the attitude of the England players, I was disgusted in them, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think you've got to be, and I think there's a big hint there that some of those players have just had enough of Gareth Southgate. I think it's the same with Scotland. I think there's a couple of players in there that have had enough of Steve Clarke. It's just you need fresh ideas, you need fresh management, and really, I think if we're being honest, I think some of these players may think a bit. Well, actually, there's not many sort of 30+ players in there that I can think of. I think Lewis Dunk, I think, is one of the only one.
A man of excellent taste is Ronald. Do you think there's something to be said at Craig at international level that you give a manager a maximum number of tournaments. Let's say 4 tournaments, and then you change it.
I have to look at the Germany side that went and won the World Cup, and Joachim Low. And Joachim Low, did a fantastic job with that Germany team. I think he won it on the 3rd tournament, if I'm right in thinking. The thing is, this isn't any old England team. Gareth Southgate is now at that peak where he needs to win this tournament. There is no ifs or buts. We have got, without a shadow of a doubt, the best team in the tournament. France. No, I honestly, Chris, I think we've got the best team. Jude Bellingham, against Serbia was
Think our team's
excellent.
better than France?
I think we are. You look at France's defence, not particularly that great. I think, they've got more attacking prowess. They've got Anton Griezmann. They have got Kylian Mbappe. Yes, they've got that side of things. But I think overall, we've got the better team. Mark Guéhi, I think has come in and done very, very well. I think, to be perfectly honest, he is the player of the tournament at this moment for England. Jude Bellingham, I don't know what Gareth Southgate said to him, but whatever he said to him, he's gone from a player that's been playing regularly very well for Real Madrid, come in, played very well against Serbia, and just fell off the edge of a cliff in the last 2 games. I don't think, against Denmark, I let him off. Today, you can't let him off. He's fallen off the edge of a cliff. So Southgate's broken him somewhere. Personally, I think we need, like Doug says, we need fresh ideas as an England manager. Southgate has.
So do you change it then after 4 tournaments?
Oh, bloody hell. Because at the end of the day, Joachim Low was making progress with that German side. I think he got him into the semi-final, didn't he? And got knocked out in South Africa.
Is that a yes or a no? I'm still confused as to whether you're saying yes, we should, or no, we should.
I'll give in some context behind it, Chris. Yes, 100%.
Okay.
Now, the thing is who comes in? We need somebody. We don't need Graham Potter.
And
I'm going to say that.
I'll stop you there, mate, because that is another argument for another show, because we can go on ages about that.
Yeah.
There will be a very quick question about it at the end, though. Gareth Southgate, Doug, 60.8% win rate. Roy Hodgson, one of the great England managers, just behind him at 58.9. And yet we thought Roy was awful. 97 games. He's played he's been manager for 97 games, Gareth Southgate. That is more than anybody since Bobby Robson. Well, that was 95, so it's actually been more than Bobby Robson, who did well for us, although with a bit of player backing. Alf Ramsey, 113. You've got to go right back to Walter Winterbottom, 1946 to 1962. Craig will remember him. He was in charge for 139.
You cheeky sod.
Basically, he's the third most. He's had the third most games of any England manager. Like you say, sometimes, like whether it was Rodgers at Leicester, sometimes you just need to change that manager over. Now, I'm going to have a quick question, and I literally want a one-word answer, because then I'm going to go and call it a day. We'll start with you, Doug, as an outsider. And I can say I've been one of Southgate's defenders. I want him gone after this tournament now on this performance. And I think even if we go on and win it, I think it's papering over the cracks. Do you go for Potter or do you go for Eddie Howe?
Wow. I would say Eddie Howe.
Yeah, Eddie Howe. Craig?
Do you have to ask me that question? Because
yes, I have to ask you that question, and I want a 2-worded answer. Graham Potter or Eddie Howe?
Even though Steve Fletcher turned around and he said that Eddie will never take.
I have a 2-worded answer.
No. I think Eddie Howe, if he
Eddie
is
Howe,
offered the
right? So you said
opportunity,
Eddie Howe. Thank
if
you.
he is
Right,
offered the
talking about the
opportunity, would do it
Scotland
for one
manager. Talking
competition.
about the Scotland manager, it's got to be David Moyes next, hasn't it, Doug?
I think he's the favourite. He's definitely the favourite. I wouldn't be against David Moyes, I'll be honest with you. But then again, it wouldn't be against a foreigner coming in all honesty. So
That
I
hasn't
think
worked
that
so well in the past, has it?
no, it hasn't.
Sorry,
Yes,
mate. Sorry.
one Dirk votes. If anyone remembers him, yeah. Enough said.
Do you think David Moyes for Scotland?
No, because he is more of Gareth Southgate and Steve Clarke. And Scotland, again, like England, are better on that attacking front. They've shown that. I think Che Adams needs to be replaced. A lot has been made about him. And I would actually say if Will Steele wants a chance at an international job, Scotland would be a great opportunity. There's probably more Scottish, other Scottish managers who could, do a job. But I think David Moyes would be somebody who is too like Steve Clarke. And I don't know what your verdict is on that, Doug. I'd love to hear it. But I personally think that, he's not going to be the right man for Scotland because of that defensive. Don't get me wrong. West Ham have carried him a little bit. The quality of the West Ham players have carried David Moyes a little bit. They haven't played particularly good stuff. When you look at their squad a couple of years back, when they did win that Europa Conference League, it was very, very good. And although David Moyes does need to be commended for putting that squad together and encouraging those players and driving those players on, I think personally, hand on heart, Scotland could do a lot better, and really, they could have got out this group with the right manager in charge.
I do agree to an extent. I think David Moyes does have an inability to change games as well. But I do think he is kind of more attacking than some of these games. I mean, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I actually, if any foreigner manager wants the Scotland job, I wouldn't mind Jurgen Klinsmann or someone like that.
Well, can I make a suggestion here? Because I'm just looking on gambling.com, and we always say when we talk gambling, stop when the fun stops, stop, and it isn't an answer to any financial problems. But your fifth favourite to become the next Scotland. I don't know if I can't say this with a straight face.
What Dougie's fifth favourite? To be honest, he's talking more sense about England tonight. So to be honest, Doug, if you want the England job, come on board.
But fourth favourite, no, 1, 2, 3, fifth favourite. I'm going to try. Bear with me. Fifth favourite to take over as the next Scotland manager at 9-2, with an 18.2% probability, is Rafa Benitez. Sorry, I couldn't keep. I tried to keep a straight face as long as I could, but I couldn't. Yes.
I'm talking about facts. I'm talking about facts. Do I want the Scotland job? I'm talking about facts. I'm talking about facts.
He's a
oh dear,
no, I say it gets worse. Now, Duncan Ferguson, he's 8-1.
Alan Pardew's on there.
No, I've never seen him. I tell you, it's Frank Lampard at 7-1.
Oh Jesus Christ! To be honest, I feel sorry for you, Doug, if you appoint him.
Frank Lampard for England manager. That's what I
tell you what. I tell you the man who would actually be a really, really good Scotland manager. Why don't I pop over, to the local shop, say, Harry, do you fancy it? and get Harry up to Scotland. Harry,
Moving on.
I tell you what, Harry would be better.
No, you mentioned that name, and we move on very quickly. Look, for me, whoever it is, I want Eddie Howe. I think he's got to go as Gareth Southgate at the end of this, and I've tried defending him for the last 12 months. Whoever the England manager is, he's got to be English. It's as simple as that. Clubs, it doesn't matter. National teams, I think your national team manager has got to have the fire and the belly of managing your host nation.
No. Hold on. I don't. I agree with you on Fabio Capello, but Sven Goran Eriksson and Doug's
who ruined our golden generation.
No, it wasn't a golden generation, though, Chris. We've got the golden generation now, and Gareth Southgate's doing a great.
Of its time.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
It wasn't.
It was the golden generation of it. You can't have. You tell me, back me up.
You have Trevor Sinclair on the bench.
Golden generation. When you have a golden generation, it is at that particular time. It's like when the Belgians, they had their golden generation recently, which has come and gone. That was at the point. That was our golden generation. We've now got a new golden generation. Well, the funny thing was, last night, I told you how bored I was. I couldn't sleep in the heat. I actually watched the Croatia-England game when it was the Wally and the Brolly game. And Beckham was actually a substitute that day. He didn't come on till the second half.
But you look at Chris, at the sides back in 2002 when Sven was in charge. You had Brazil; they were outstanding. You had the France team, who did have a little bit of a sulk at that World Cup, no doubt. You had a lot more teams with a golden generation. If we had beaten Brazil, I honestly think we would have come very, very close. But personally, that's not a golden generation compared to this. This, Chris, Doug, tell me if I'm right or wrong. This is the best England side, during our lifetime.
Well, I can vaguely remember sort of 2002, 2004, 2006. And that England team was something else. The problem was Sven didn't know what positions to play players in. You had Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard, Paul Scholes, David Beckham.
Didn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it was. I think this England team is very, very good. Unfortunately, it's been managed by a clown in the dugout, and unfortunately, as I said, I just can't see England going past if they get past Netherlands, then well, obviously it is Netherlands and see what happens. But at this moment in time, I can't see them going past round of 16 or quarters.
No, quite right. Senior note, Doug, funnily enough, great minds think alike. Because just before you're saying you got to shoot, I thought, do you want to go? Doug, thank you so very much, mate. I will see you on Friday at 7:00. Give everybody a shout out to your channel.
Yeah, the Dugout Football Channel on YouTube. I'll see you Friday for our group stage review.
Yes, indeed. And we will talk more about the golden generation. See you then. Thanks a lot. All the best. All the best to Rebecca and Nathan as well. Cheers. And then there was two. Right, let me just. I mean, do you not think that you can have more than one golden generation?
I think all the ducks have to go in a row, and all the ducks have gone in a row. Don't get me wrong. Any golden generation has got its problems. Likewise, our left back, our chosen left back in Luke Shaw is injured. That's the be all and end all. However, this is a golden generation. This is the best England side that I've ever watched. On paper, Phil Foden, you watch him for Man City, he's excellent. Jack Grealish, I know he's not even on the bloody plane, but he's good when he comes on. You've got Harry Kane, who, although he can't win anything, seems to score goals for fun. And I said, at this tournament, this is the time for him to win something. You've got Jude Bellingham, the Ballon d'Or winner, Mark Guéhi, who I think has got an excellent career in front of him, John Stones, excellent in defence, Jordan Pickford. To be honest, Everton would already be relegated if it wasn't for him. This is a golden generation without a shadow of a doubt. And what Gareth Southgate has done is he's ruined it. I defended him. In a video after that game against Serbia. I defended him because I thought at the end of the day, we are gonna, have these periods. This side has just gone to Euros and, just needs to mold itself into something. But I can't defend him after game number 3 where we're playing like that. Slovenia weren't particularly that good. In fact, I would say that Serbia at times, could have easily got that equaliser against us in that first game. We held on at certain points. If Mitrovic wasn't misfiring, we would have, all been tied on 3 points, and God knows what happens. Don't get me wrong, there was shines, in there. There was that cross for Harry Kane where he could have got his foot on it. But personally, it's not good enough. If we want to win this tournament, we've got to improve now significantly. And the thing is this game was the game to do it in. I don't, Chris, I do not buy into all this, malarkey. The first game, fair enough. Second game is still debatable. Third game, you want to be hitting your stride ready for the knockout tournament. You want to be hitting your stride. And we haven't even found, second gear at this moment in time.
You see, I would still say that I think that the golden generation that we had back in the early 2000s was better than this golden generation.
No, I don't agree with that at all.
I know it's all about opinions, isn't it? But
yeah, exactly. We had Danny Mills, we had
in goal. You had Seaman in goal, who I would take over Pickford. Yeah. As good as Pickford is, I'd take Seaman. You had Gerrard in midfield with Lampard, two of the best midfielders we've ever had. You've also got Beckham and Scholes in there as well. You've got Ashley Cole, who was probably the best left back England has ever had.
Yeah.
You've got strikers that we got. Did I say Beckham? Did I go through? You got Sol Campbell, Rio Ferdinand in defence. Yes, there was a couple of Emil Heskes in there. I'm not gonna lie.
He wasn't a bad player, but he wasn't a bad player, but he was more of a battering ram rather than somebody who.
You had Owen Hargreaves, you had Joe Cole. To my mind, that was an all-round better squad than the one now. The thing you've got to remember is that it's the one that you remember. I grew up in the 70s, and so therefore, to me, the Leicester 70s was the best team because it had the Wellers and the Worthingtons and the Birchnells and all those in, the Peter Shilton. So, it's of your time, if you like. But for me personally, that we should have won something with that.
I was old enough to remember that team, Chris.
I'm paying you a compliment here, mate. I'm paying you a compliment.
But what I am saying, is Bellingham.
Teddy Sheringham. No, I agree with you about Bellingham. Bellingham has been absolutely. He should have been. He had one good game, and then he's been absolutely. It's like they've got a muzzle on him, isn't it?
I'm sorry, but Foden is a quality player. He's a quality player. Why can't Southgate get the best out of him? Because Southgate plays him wrong. Eddie Howe would play him right. Even if, like somebody said, Pep, Pep would play him right. Although, I want it to get to Eddie Howe. -17 to win in the World Cup. I love that story. Yeah,
I
but
tell
honestly,
you,
mate,
to me,
if that
whoever
happened,
is England manager,
mhm,
they've got one job to do. They don't need to piss about with tactics because all the players that are coming in should be doing that with the clubs.
yeah,
If they are played in the right position, they should know what they've got to do.
yeah,
The manager comes in and says, right, let's say, just for example, we are going to play 3-5-2. Yeah. Is that right? 3-5-2? Yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 3-5-2. We're going to play 3-5-2. That's my, as New England manager, I've come in. That is the formation I want to play. Okay, what players play that are English in those positions? Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, you can then say, and again, for an example, James Maddison doesn't really play in that sort of formation, so I'm not going to take James Maddison. But Grealish plays in that formation, and I don't quote me on this. I'm just plucking names out the sky here. Grealish plays in that formation, so I'm going to take Jack Grealish, but I'm going to play him in the position that he plays for in his club.
Mm-hmm.
So you're okay. Oh, well, you should be taking Maddison. Why should I be taking Maddison? He doesn't fit in to the formation that I've got. And the players that I'm taking are going to play square pegs, square holes. It's as simple as that. And then what do you have to do? You'd have to do nothing because all those players that you're asking to play in those positions know what the fuck they've got to do because they play there week in, week out for the clubs. It's the simplest manager's job in the world, international football, isn't it?
Do you know what Madison should have played?
But just on that point, on my point, is it not the easiest?
I guess what you've got is you've got a load of players you've got Man United players, you've got Chelsea players, you've got Man City players, you've got Liverpool players, and you're all trying to combine them into one. I can understand that difficulty. However, it should be apparent that you don't need to change the position of particular players.
So basically, as I said there,
yeah, exactly.
Formation, drop your players, the square players into the square holes.
Exactly. It's like picking, on Football Manager back in the day, where you look at your squad and you go, "Oh, yeah, need a right back, pull him across. Yeah, he's a right back." That's what you do. You don't pick, players out of position. You don't play players out of position because it normally goes wrong. We've seen it go wrong throughout the years. Other managers have done it. Other England managers have done it. Other, Premier League managers have done it. What we should be doing is playing to our strengths, and we've got enough players in that squad to play to our strengths. And the reason how we do that is we play on the front foot. Attack is the best form of defense because, yes, a team could attack very, very quickly and get the ball back up the pitch. But at the same time, if you're attacking a team and you've got the ball high up the pitch, you're more likely to grab a goal or, be able to defend, especially when our defense is a little bit makeshift. I can't blame Gareth Southgate for all of that. But then again, he should have turned around. He should have gone, right, what do I do? Do I take just one left back? No, I take somebody like Lloyd Kelly, who's had a decent season at Bournemouth. Take Lloyd Kelly. He's highly rated. He's going to Newcastle. Take him. Right, okay. What do we do, in defence? Okay, Lewis Cook. But, I tell you the only reason why Lloyd Kelly, Lewis Cook, and Dominic Solanke haven't been picked for England is because they play for Bournemouth.
I would have said that a while ago, in fairness. But I'm going to totally say no, that's not true, because we've got 3 Crystal Palace players in that squad. When Southgate first took over the job, he said, I'm going to pick whoever's in form at the time. Yeah, I don't care who they're playing for. And like I said, there's some very good championship players that will probably get in there.
Ivan Toney in form. Ivan Toney.
No. What I said. Let me finish.
Yeah, he's been shit. He got sent down. Well, not sent down, but he got banned for.
Anyway, I'm going to mute you because you're not letting me finish my comment. So what I was saying is that when Gareth Southgate took over, And I thought this was brilliant because he finally said, at last, I am going to pick a play. I'm going to pick play. Oh my God, that's scary. I'm going to pick players that are in form for their teams. That did not last more than one tournament. Now he brings up, and he's going to start writing something. So I can do that to him. Now we can't show anything either. But what he's done this term is he has brought in. And I say he didn't do that. He said he was going to do that for the start. He didn't do it for very long, one tournament at the most, and then he started going back to his old friends, his Harry Maguires and his people like that, who hadn't let him down but weren't in form, weren't even being picked for the team. So, but this tournament, there are 3 Crystal Palace players in there. So fair play to him for doing that. But if you're going to bring them, play them. Play the youngsters. They're not scared. There's no doubt in their own minds. They're there. Let's be playing them. If he promises to let me finish and answer the question, don't know what he was doing. We'll bring him back in when he's finished. What's it say, mate?
No, I was just saying, maybe I should become England manager instead of spending some time. Maybe, my qualifications are FIFA 22.
Well,
I won England the World Cup on that.
Still, that's all he's done, isn't it? That's all he's done. He's done absolutely nothing else. But
what's going on with this?
What's he doing? There we go. We'll carry on without him. Are you going to behave? Anyway, it's 11 o'clock, so I'm going to end it there. Craig, thank you very much for joining us, mate.
That's all right. No problem. It's always fun. It's always fun. To be honest, it's more fun than the game was.
Yeah, it probably was, to be honest with you. Yeah, I can't argue with that. All I will say, I'll leave you. Well, first of all, shout out up the clarets in all departments. And I know what I said then.
Up the cherries in all departments, UTC, IAD. We've had lots of interviews. We've had Richard Archer from Hardfire. We've had Harry.
Okay, so I said mention where you're from, not your whole fucking back catalogue. I will be with you Friday at 7 when I'm being joined by Doug. And I looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to actually having to admit how we got on in these competitions, because it's not very good, if I'm honest with you. Look, if you've been listening, thank you so very much. If you've been watching, thank you very much as well. Smash the likes button. Thanks to Craig for coming on. Thanks to Doug for coming on as well. I'll see you all Friday at 7 o'clock, unless Leicester sign a player between now and then. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You better like them too, or I'll be back.
This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network. TalkSport. Powered by fans.
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.